Hello, I'm Kat, and this is today's tarot. So the opening card that we have for today is the Wheel of Fortune. So I would fathom that we are literally in the midst of a evolution of sorts in our lives. There's been some big change and big shift that's really been out of our control, but within that change and that turning of a wheel, there's been an opportunity that's opened up something for us in our lives. And it's likely that we've been swept into new developments in this area, and it's been a cause for excitement. Now, this card is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter right now is in a close relationship with Mercury that just turned direct. So we're getting an expansiveness around the way that we see things. We're having expansive communications. Things that we've thought about are starting to take form. We're starting to see with clarity how they may take shape, and it's been within that change that those things have opened up. So ultimately there are some exciting things that are on the horizon for us. Now the challenge that we are facing is the Queen of Wands. So this is an energy that has a cardinal fire energy, the excitement of doing something new and wanting to start something, but not necessarily always being able to follow through. So the challenge is that we're facing an evolution of ourselves, growing up in a sense of the little I or little s self to the capital S self, the one who actually sees what they need to do and follows through with it. So the challenge is actually following through with this change that we're seeing that's coming through. Now, the overall card that we have for today is the Nine of Swords, which isn't, obviously, when you look at this card, a very pleasant card. It tells of a mental kind of anguish and a sense of denial around how our own mental ideas and thoughts can influence where we put our energy in the day and how much they can actually distract us from it. So it's as if, we're moving forward on this path, and we have all these ideas and doubts and questions around how things are going to manifest, and that's influencing how willing we are to move forward and commit to what we feel like is we're being called to. Now, the way that we're working through that is the Hanged Man, or the reversal card. This is a card that's telling us that the situation calls for a sense of surrender to the situation, letting go of things that aren't useful, letting go of your ideas around how things are going to look and how they're going to manifest, and putting your faith in something bigger than yourself. Putting your faith in the universe, which is full of so much potential, greater than what your own mind and your own thoughts will tell you is even possible. So it does call for a sense of drawing ourselves inward and looking at things from a different perspective, because the character in this card is literally upside down and their hands are tied, their legs are tied, they're being suspended from a tree. So there is a spiritual experience in this. If you're familiar with the story of the man who is dealt with multiple circumstances, and people are like, oh God, that sucks, and he's like, could be good, could be bad. We don't really know what's going to come out of a situation until we move through it. And so putting all these ideas of doubts or concern or worry in front of that, like a veil, really limits possibility in what we can do as far as reaching our potential. So this card is calling for us to put our faith in something higher, like stand on the heavens, have reliance on knowing that what is needed to make your greatest wish a reality exists, and how you think you're going to get there may not be how you actually get there. So have faith that your wishes have the full potential to be actualized, and be excited for seeing and witnessing how they show up. And when they do show up, that's when you act. So A lot of change is going on right now in the stars. We are being affected by it quite a bit. Uranus is in square to Saturn. So Uranus is right now in Taurus, which is a sign of stability, and Uranus is a planet that likes to make change in places that are stagnant in attempts to make something new happen. So if you think of like a turning over of Earth in a way, and it's in square relation to Saturn, which is in Aquarius, but Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's kind of like pulling this sense of responsibility to face change in a new way and in an evolved way, which is, even though it can be trying to our spirit, it ultimately is nourishment for our will and our potential because it makes changes happen. So with that said, I send you a good wish today and so much love, and I will see you again soon.